Hi there, Thursday, and it's Mansfield Today. Of course, being a Thursday, we concentrate on travel on the Mansfield Today YouTube channel. And our producer, Melanie Walker, who you, of course, catch every Sunday afternoon with the gardening show, came across this fascinating story through a contact of hers at Getaway magazine. And we thought we'd just speak to the people who are involved in the first of what I believe is 3 series that Getaway have, I suppose you could say, commissioned for their magazine. And we're joined by the people who made this first trip. And I want to unpack a bit about it. So we'll welcome the 3 of them on. Richard Brown, Craig Rhodes-Harrison, and Kasim Hamid. We'll explain their role in the whole thing. But Richard, thank you guys, firstly, for taking time out to join us on Mansfield Today. Richard, I'd like to start with you. For people who don't know, Richard is a freelance professional journalist. He's worked on a load of local and international travel magazines and ventures. But this is a very different one. Richard, if you can just give us a bit of background to it, if you don't mind.
Sure. Thanks for having us, Jeremy. So Mazda and Getaway teamed up for something called the Change Your View series, which sort of aims to explore the sort of unheralded parts of South Africa. So it'll take in 3 road trips. The first of which was this one, which was to the Cummingburg area in the far northern Cape. And people don't really know about. If they do know about it, they know it for the flowers. So you get a lot of flower tourists that go up there every September. But besides that, it is kind of unsung in a way. So we aim to kind of take Kasim, who was our first street artist up there, and to go and paint in a setting very unlike anything that he knows in Salt River, Cape Town. And along the way we sought to experience all the curiosities and the oddities that you look for on road trips, including all the the great farm stalls along the N7. The old jails in Clanwilliam and that sort of thing, museums, churches, all the type of stuff that you don't really stop over to experience on a road trip because you want to get to your destination. This was about enjoying things along the way.
Yeah, we were talking the other day about travel and the fact that so many people are obsessed with getting to the destination that they miss out on 90% of what there is around them because they're just saying, right, need to get to Cape Town, for example.
Exactly.
And there's so much around. Just to all 3 of you, and Craig, let me address this question to you. It must be a fascinating journey because you're getting an opportunity to work in areas, and you as a videographer and photographer must have found some fascinating stuff to actually put down and put together from a video perspective.
Yeah, for sure. It's the exciting part is that the landscape constantly changes along the way, and so it kind of unfolds. And a lot of the time, us as a collective, we've done those road trips. We've been up there, but for different reasons. And often those reasons might be holiday, whereas then you're suddenly putting it through the lens of obviously work and how to tell this story and this exciting journey as it unfolds. And so to see the terrain change and then pop into all these different little places, like Rich mentioned, the oddities and the curious different items like the farm stalls and that was really exciting. And so to kind of watch that and then also decide which ones are worthy of showcasing, which ones are not. How does it all piece together? How do we tell Kasim's story whilst going through all these different places was actually really exciting. And it was fun to just be able to do that day in, day out for 4 days along what is, as Rich said, it's a less traveled road, the N7, and one that, I think all of us will definitely be back on for sure.
Well, speaking of different aspects to it, Kasim, for somebody who's worked in Cape Town itself, places like Salt River and that, this must have been a fascinating challenge for you, because there would have been all sorts of other elements to work with from a street art point of view.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the big thing was just having the freedom. I feel like in Cape Town, it's completely like congested and saturated with street art and graffiti. So moving to a place where there's like absolutely nothing sticks out like a sore thumb, and was completely amazing. As well as introducing it to kids out there that haven't seen it in their lives. I mean, there was no cell phone signal. So, a bit of color added so much excitement to the people out there. The little town of No Defeat, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was fun, so much fun. Exposing my art out there versus in the congested cities. Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much, because it is available in the Getaway magazine, and Craig, I think you're going to tell us about the video that's also was released last week, Friday. But Kasim, did you manage to use any of the elements from the area in the street art? Because I would imagine that's what you were trying to capture.
Yeah. A big part was using the flowers, seeing that's the biggest draw card. A big theme was breaking free, and I used the flowers as elements to break through a wall. It was also just having your references on hand, literally looking over your shoulder and seeing flowers. And I was like, amazing. So the nature definitely played a big part of the mural. And the grassy meadows. It was amazing to paint something on site with everything in the background.
Richard, how do you pull a story like this together? Because there are so many elements to it. How do you, as a writer, pull these elements together and give it a narrative?
Right. So so Craig was obviously there to film the whole thing and play videographer, where I was kind of the print journalist who covered the filming of it and the rest of it. So it was just kind of encapsulating and pulling it all together, and writing about the various like Craig said, the various landscapes and the changing in landscapes and the things we found along the way. And then, of course, the up to the point where Craig did his masterpiece on an old farm down, an old farm dam outside of Noderfeed, which is probably no one would have heard of in their life. A small little community out near Kamiskruin, and it's just writing about the experiences of all three of us, how we saw it, how we experienced it, and basically encouraging South Africans to go visit parts of South Africa that they haven't, or that don't get as much limelight as others would.
Craig, the videography side of it, I believe that it was available, has been available since last week, Friday. Can you tell us how we can access that?
Sure thing. So I think first and foremost, you want to head over to Getaway's website. It's on the homepage right there, front and center. So from there, you can, watch it in full. It's a high-res version right there. But if you find yourself on social media, you'll find it there as well, from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It is on the Getaway magazine channels across the board. So it's exciting. Get out there, watch it, and share it for sure.
Are you guys contracted to do all three of these journeys, or were you just contracted to do this one?
Well, we have three different street artists. So Kasim was the first of those, and then Craig and I would we'll be working on the two others. Yes.
Okay. Well, Kasim, I'm fascinated to see what you came up with and how you incorporated what you did into a very unknown area of South Africa. To the other two of you, I'm very jealous that you have two more of these journeys. I believe they're happening in the early part of next year. And when they do happen, please touch base with us, because we'd love to have a chat about those particular journeys as well on Mansfield Today. To all three of you, thank you very much for taking time out to join us and for giving us a little bit of insight into this fascinating journey that you took. As Craig was saying, you can go to the Getaway site and you can access that video material and find out more information on the Getaway site and in the Getaway print edition as well. That wraps it up for Mansfield Today for our travel section. Thank you for joining us. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button as well. We'll be back tomorrow with the Motoring Show with Segi Woodley. Thanks for joining us and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.